Guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now today we're going to take a look at how fundamental analysis affects the XRP price and how the overlay will impact XRP price chart going forward. Now we all know how impactful fundamental analysis is, so if there's any news events, especially with the interest rates as well, for example, coming tomorrow, that's due to be delivered. You can see here over on the Fed watch tool here, we are literally a day away from Jerome Powell coming out and telling us exactly and delivering the speech exactly how much the US economy is going to slash the rates by. You can see the current target rate is there. We want to actually slash the rates by more than 0.5%, if anything. But at the moment, 67% is the probability that it's going to be either 0.5% or less. 33% we're going to get 0.5% or higher. So obviously this is the strong favor. Okay, let's just have a quick look at see where XRP is currently ranking on the day. We're up around 2.2% for the day. Now, I want to get back to the fundamental analysis, so I'm going to draw your attention to the US elections because we all know we're in the US election year. So where we're at the moment is I want to see if there's any significance being in the US election year. So I'm going to mark out 3 or 4 of these key dates on the XRP charts and see where we actually come out. Now you can see every 4 years we have an election and it's always in the first week of November, aside from this 8th of November, when George Washington Bush was declared the president of the US of America. However, let's dive into it. Let's apply the vertical lines. This is what we're here for, guys. So you've got this one as well. So this is a forecast here. First week of November 24. So that's the vertical line. Boom. Okay. November 2020. Boom. November, first week of November 2016. Boom. We've got that in now. So you can see now, without me actually explaining to you guys exactly how important any US election is for a sort of crypto cycle, in particular the XRP charts here. Now, back in 2016, you can see here, if we take it back, where we actually created this first wedge. Now, let's just take a measurement to see how long from the US elections it takes for XRP to really begin to rally. So if I take my cursor here, and we'll take it out to about, I'd say around there. So this sort of candle here is when XRP starts to pump, in my opinion. So that is 19 weeks after the halving. Okay, now let's take a look to see how long it took us to really get going in the following US elections. You can see here, vertical line again. We actually got going literally a couple of weeks after the US election, so that was really bullish. However, you can see here how we actually come back down to retest this sort of price action here. So we've actually rolled over, and it looks as if that XRP looked to retest. You can see the wick going in here at the bottom of this blue trend line before we actually rallied up there to create the cycle high of 2021. You can see how that was suppressed there. At that point, XRP, Ripple, Chris Lawson and Brad Garlinghouse was in litigation with the SEC for selling unregistered securities. Okay. However, let's get back into this. So we've got 19 weeks according to the previous US elections. Now you can see here, if we apply the same logic where XRP got going. So on this green candle here, we've literally, ignored all this. If we're getting in 19 weeks after the US elections, we've ignored all this noise here, all these pumps and dumps. And then we've got in here, and that's when we've rallied up and created the new all-time, well, not all-time high, but that's certainly the high of the 21 cycle there. So literally within 3 or 4 weeks after that marker, after this indicator, we actually strike the big time with XRP. Oh, when I say big time, I was expecting a lot bigger gains. I don't know about you guys. I was expecting us to at least exceed the previous all-time high set back in January of 2018. I certainly was expecting XRP to rally massive. However, the fact that we've been suppressed throughout the previous cycle here, I believe we've got some making up to do. So I believe we're on for a double bull run, which is why it's so important, in my opinion, to be holding XRP. because we are on for some serious gains. So you can see there, ultimately, these are two really pivotal dates. So if you're investing, I know a lot of retail traders out there, what they'll do is they'll dollar cost average. So they'll buy some up here, they'll buy some down there. They're a little bit like Michael Saylor. How he's made all these billions, I really don't know, because the guy literally just dollar cost average. So he must know something that I don't. Okay. However, if I'm getting my money, if I'm pumping millions, hundreds of millions, billions in his case, why would I want a dollar cost average? I'd spend the money and get to the bottom of where exactly the bottom is. I'd study the charts. I'd find someone extremely good at the charts and I'd get them to tell me exactly where this particular asset is going to go in the future. Now you can see here, US elections. If you're getting into the US elections, you are pretty much buying the bottom of this massive move up. That was a super cycle back in that 26. Obviously, the US elections was 2016 there. The 2017, 18 site, 2017 when it got going, and then ending up and peaking at January 2018. That was massive. So US elections is a massive week for purchasing XRP, in my opinion. You're getting it pretty much near the bottom. Now it's the same here. You can see this vertical line here. You're pretty much buying the bottom of the bull market, which is massive. And that's great news for us as traders because it just means that we still have opportunity. We still have time to accumulate in XRP. And I know a lot of us are frustrated. We've all been holding for weeks, months, years. Some of us have been holding for at least a cycle or two. I was holding all the way back here. I got in around, I think it was like 1920. So I got in around this sort of dip here. So I got in, fortunately, at the right time. Now, that wasn't just by coincidence. Obviously, I've had previous experience trading commodities, indices, stocks, shares, etc., etc. I'm around these charts daily, and this is what Michael Saylor should have done. He should have been looking to find someone who actually comes out with this type of analysis. We're not following indicators. We're not looking for moving averages to cross over. We buy, we sell. No, we're looking at timings. Timing the market is massive. Now, there's investors out there that'll say, oh, time in the market beats time in the market. I'm sorry to say I disagree because I've been in the market a long time. And if I held my bag from these sort of prices here, and especially if someone's buying the tops here, you're actually in negative equity. So I disagree with that statement. However, let's get into it. 19 weeks after the US elections brings us out here. I'm going to take another vertical line. I'm going to mark it out here to produce us a date. So this is stipulating here the 17th of March would be another great date to get into the market. So I do believe that we will have at least impulse 1 of 3, in my opinion. This is a super cycle, guys. Now, I've got all the targets set out in the XRP plan there. So if you visit blockbull.xyz, you can actually go over there, click on the plan, and you can grab yourself the plan. If you're a baller, if you're skint, it's fair enough. You probably shouldn't even be in crypto to begin with. However, these US dates, the link in this description, by the way, if you guys want to grab your hands on that. So these US dates are also pivotal. So this is going to tell us exactly when the euphoria is going to enter the market. Now, euphoria in the market, it's all good because we've all got a smile on our face. We're all high-fiving. We're all like kissing, hugging, and, bigging everybody up. But believe me and you, when you get up to these sort of ranges up here, you need to be taking profits. Now, a lot of people think they're invincible, myself included. I made some big mistakes in the previous bull market. Now, I did not take profits here. I did expect us to exceed all-time highs. Now, I was fairly new to crypto, and that was my first cycle in crypto. And I didn't even follow the crypto charts at that. I was just concentrating on Forex. Just thought, you know what? I'll buy a bag of XRP. I'll walk away and I'll see what happens. I mean, I checked my portfolio from time to time. I made hundreds of thousands, and I also lost tens and hundreds of thousands as well. I don't want to tell you how much, but that's because I wasn't following the charts. And I thought, why? I got complacent. I was just out gallivanting, buying new cars, spending money going on. And I made the biggest mistake ever by buying cars, liabilities. This game is all about accumulating assets and having a plan. The plan is the most important part of this strategy. So the plan is we're going to make the bag, and we are literally going to learn from our mistakes, because this is how we improve and get better. As traders, as investors, we learn by the mistakes. I've been through the cycles before. Some of you guys watching this video right now have also been through the exact same pain, where there was expecting that litigation with the SEC to come to fruition and ultimately blast off to the moon. Didn't happen. But today, guys, we are literally on the precipice of getting into this new US elections and the beginning of the new bull market now. So let's have a look, see where we end up. Again, US elections, first week in November. So that, in my opinion, will be a great opportunity to actually, finish off accumulating for XRP, in my view. Now we can see we are back inside of the wedge for XRP, so it's looking very, very positive. Now you can see here, you're not really going to get much of a better deal on XRP before the US elections either. So it looks as if we're going to go into a sort of long sort of consolidation. Now there is the off chance we have got that key date with the 6th of October as well, with the appeal from the SEC. If that comes, it's looking unlikely they're going to appeal, but who knows? The SEC are hard work to deal with. We've suffered this oppression on the hands of the SEC. So there we have it, guys. Again, if you enjoy the content, make sure you like, share, subscribe with your friends and family. Do what you got to do as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Block Bull, over and out.